Well, it feels good to be back now, doesn't it? So of course, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. And as you guys can see, for this one, we are going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 here in 2023. So of course, it is that time of the year once again. Modern Warfare 2, the newest Call of Duty game, has been out for a couple months now. And it is that time of the year where a lot of Call of Duty players overall go back and play some of the older games. For example, Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm just kidding, no one's playing Call of Duty Vanguard, but games like Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops 4, and of course, Black Ops 3, the absolute classic game, which actually started a lot of YouTubers' careers and was pretty much the first game that I started uploading on my YouTube channel, as I originally started making YouTube videos in April of 2015, which was before the release of Black Ops 3. But if you go back and watch my earliest videos, you will see that a lot of them are me speculating about features in Black Ops 3, and of course about 6 months after I started, the game officially came out. So
in this one, this is going to be my first ever Black Ops 3 video. And the gameplay that you're watching on your screen right now is my first ever game of playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 online and using the ARK-7.
I will say this particular game has a special place in my heart because of that. And yeah, also one thing that is pretty cool is the YouTuber Merc Music decided to do a Black Ops 3 revival day, which was of course on January the 27th, where effectively everyone was just going to go back and play Black Ops 3, populate the servers, and pretty much allow everyone to experience the game like it was back in 2015, 16, 17, and 18. You know, when you could hop in and play like a domination game and it's actually going to be like 6v6 and it's not going to be like 2v3 or anything like that. Or even some more obscure game modes like Safeguard, which if you guys remember Safeguard, make sure you comment down below because that game was honestly pretty underrated. So yeah, with that being said, for this one, we are going to be enjoying a little bit of nostalgia, also checking out some of the absolute fan favorites and classics about Black Ops 3. And yeah, this should be a lot of fun. So with that all being said, if you guys go on to enjoy this video at any given point in time, make sure to leave a like on it down below as well as subscribe. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. And alright, so the first thing that I want to check out is go over to the creator class and take a look at some of these classes. Now, that's the thing that's kind of wild. Some of these classes over here, I've honestly not touched since like 2018, 2017. I know this one down here, I think I made it in like January 2016 or something like that. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate Dark Matter? That came out freaking gorgeous. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some of the original class ups I made over here. Of course, we have the classic KN-44, honestly a really good weapon, personally one of my favorites, and originally the ARK-7 from the Black Ops 3 beta. Don't ask me why I remember that, I just do. Moving down for our second one, we have the Kuda, a really good submachine gun overall. For the third one, we have the MA-A7, really good classic burst fire assault rifle in this game. It was a lot of fun to use, and it was honestly really overpowered when the game first came out. We also have the Man O' War, absolute classic, and also we have the Marshall 16s over here with, what is that? That's Cherry Fizz, right? Let's just see. Yeah, I was right, Cherry Fizz, absolute classic camo over here. And also, it wouldn't be a proper Black Ops 3 video if I didn't take the time and talk about the DLC weapons, because Black Ops 3 DLC weapons were kind of legendary as to how good they were, but were also kind of infamous for how incredibly hard they were to unlock, because remember, all of these weapons were unlocked via supply drop, so it was entirely luck based as to whether or not you were going to be getting a new DLC weapon, which I'm incredibly happy that they decided to change that system. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these DLC weapons. We have the HG40, of course, which was the MP40 remake. Honestly, it was a good gun, and it was actually like one of the first DLC weapons that came out in this game. DIY 11 Renovator, the nail gun, absolute classic. The PPSH, which was excellent in this game. They came out in year 2. Same thing for the XMC. If you guys remember like Call of Duty YouTube videos, especially on Black Ops 3 in like August of 2017, you would know that everyone was using the XMC because that's when it first came out. It was incredibly overpowered, incredibly broken, but it was a lot of fun to use. And unfortunately, I didn't get it till later. I got it in like summer 2018.
Alright guys, so as you can see, this is going to be the XMC with Dark Matter camo in game. I'm really happy that I unlocked this. Now let's see if we can actually get some kills. Of course, we joined up into another team deathmatch on Combine.
It was still excellent, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as powerful as it was the summer before. And that's pretty much it for the DLC submachine guns, but we also have like the 74U, the Sten, that was like one of the last DLC weapons. And then for the assault rifles, I was never too lucky with DLC assault rifles. I primarily got like submachine guns because as you can see, I literally only have the FFAR. Like I don't have the Peacekeeper, which was an excellent weapon. I don't have the M16, which was a lot of fun to use. I picked it up quite a few times. The Galil, of course, the AN-94, this thing was ridiculous. And then of course the M14, which is actually one of the rarest weapons in Black Ops 3. I think Call of Duty history overall, because again, you can only unlock this weapon for like 2 weeks in June of 2018. 2018, and you could only get it out of crypto key supply drops, so you couldn't even use your bribes or anything to get it. So it was entirely luck-based. For some machine guns, I don't have the Banshee or the Olympia. I almost called this thing the 725. I'm sorry. For light machine guns, I don't have any of them, although to be fair, they only released 2. But I forget the name of this one. I think it was like the Ajax or something. It like printed its own ammunition, which was kind of interesting. And we also have the RPK, which was honestly pretty solid as well. I never got the chance to own this thing, but I did get the chance to use it a couple times, which was pretty cool. And then for sniper rifles, I only had the RSA Interdiction, which I remember getting this thing in like May of 2016 when it first came out, which was kind of odd. I remember, I think it was this gun and then the FFAR came out at the same time, and everyone wanted the FFAR, but I freaking got the RSA Interdiction, which was kind of funny. That's just simply my luck. And then we also had the DBSR, which of course this is a remake of the DSR from Black Ops 2. Honestly, it wasn't as good as the DSR, to be perfectly honest. And then we also have this one, which I think it's the XPR from Black Ops 2, but this thing came out late. It was like March of 2018, so Black Ops 4 was already on its way by this point, but it was a fun weapon to use nonetheless. For secondaries, we got the Marshall, of course, the 1911, which this thing was absolutely insane. If you guys would actually watch the YouTuber Dismo, you would know that this pistol was absolutely ridiculous when it first came out. For launchers, we had the Max GL. It really was not very good, but you see, this is like the DLC weapon that you categorize as you never want to see this when you open your bribe. Like when people used to open their supply drop bribes, everyone wanted to see the XMC or the AN94 or like the 74U or something like that, and then the lucky people got those weapons, the unlucky people got the freaking Max GL like myself. Yeah, I'll tell you, I really love this game, but my luck for DLC weapons was freaking terrible. And then of course we also have this thing, the L4 Siege, the DLC weapon rocket launcher that kind of sucked as a rocket launcher and also didn't really kill people that well. So it just kind of was there, and yeah, it was kind of an interesting weapon. Black Ops 3 had some interesting weapons. And then for the freaking melee weapons, oh my goodness, there are so many of them. And the funny thing is, all of these do the exact same thing. They're literally just knife reskins, and that's all they do. But I will say some of them are pretty cool. Like, who remembers the prize fighters? Because these DLC weapons were given away for free in September of 2016. I remember it was like the community had to get 500 million kills or something, and then we just all got the prize fighters. And it was kind of funny logging into the game just after they came out because everyone was running around with these freaking boxing gloves. Like, it was kind of ridiculous. And as you can see, I had a fair amount of melee weapons. I didn't have them all, but I had about half. So honestly, not too bad. So yeah, I've been talking a little while about the weapons. Now let's actually go over the specialists really quickly. Of course, for this video, I am going to be using Reaper. He was the classic freaking specialist. I have the gold skin on, which looks absolutely insane. Yeah, that was honestly a good trip down memory lane. So what I am going to be doing now is hopping into a couple games, seeing how well we can do, and also I might open up a supply drop if I get the chance, and who knows, maybe I might get like a DLC weapon or something. We'll have to see. So let's get right into it. Okay, I am genuinely surprised that I was able to actually join up into that game like faster than a lot of the games I join up in on Modern Warfare 2. So anyway, also I should mention that this is actually going to be my first ever game of Black Ops 3, and it would have to be at least a year. So it has been a long time. And also I think this is the first time that I'm actually playing Black Ops 3 on the PlayStation 5. So that should be interesting. Okay, let's just start off with the Can 44. Oh, this feels so weird. Okay, I need to change my settings. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, this feels so weird because the FOV is so much smaller. Oh, and we got the wall run. Let's go. Also 60 frames per second. It's just kind of getting used to that stuff again. And for this particular game, I decided to play just standard TDM just because I wasn't exactly sure as to how populated the game was going to be, because I know, as I mentioned before, we had the Black Ops 3 Revival Day on the 27th. By the time me making this on the 29th, I wasn't sure as to how many people were going to be playing still. But I will say, I was able to find this match in like, what, 5 seconds? It really wasn't that long. And this is just standard TDM, so maybe, you know what? I might try to search up something like Domination or something like that. I mean, no harm, no foul. Oh, check it out, we can slide cancel. What are you doing over there? Okay, there we are. I think that was the same guy from earlier. Got hit the wall running. Oh, we also got the scythe. Let's go. Okay. Pop the counter UAV. And the normal UAV. Oh. Oh, that was so close. Now, I will say, I think overall, I do prefer kill streaks, but these score streaks where like I get all this residual score is kind of nice, not gonna lie. Also, I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more of a hang of this. I don't know, it's gonna sound like a weird analogy, but it's like riding a bike. You know, like it is kind of awkward at first. Oh, so we got the hater. But then it doesn't really take long to get back used to it again. Okay. Oh, and that's gonna be the game. We tried to mount the comeback. We got a little bit better near the end. That's of course gonna be the first game. Honestly, not too bad. Oh, look at that movement over there. Ugh. Things you love to see. Oh my gosh, are these guys like legitimate Christmas noobs? Like, look at them. They're in a party together. One of them's level 17, the other one's level 20, prestige 2, and then the third one's level 49, non-prestige. Okay, they realize I'm probably such a freaking sweat that they're like, no, we're not dealing with this. Okay, for this one, we're gonna have to use the Mano War. You know, I will say in hindsight, I think Black Ops 3 is honestly a really interesting game. I think that now, about 7 years later, which is kind of hard to think about that Black Ops 3 is indeed 7 years old, turning 8 later this year, we kind of get to see the impact of this particular game and some of the things that it introduced. So, one thing that I personally think is that this particular game was kind of like a transitionary game for kind of like the Call of Duty franchise overall. You know, like in some regards, it's more of like an older Call of Duty game because it has like the classic prestige system as an example. Also, there we go. And you know, like there were still map packs. And technically when Black Ops 3 came out, DLC weapons were still relatively new. Like as an example, Black Ops 3 came out in November of 2015. However, the first ever DLC weapon that came out in Black Ops 2 had only released 2 years prior. And the whole system as to how new DLC weapons were being added into the game was still kind of being figured out at that time. The Peacekeeper was added in as a DLC map pack. However, that system continued on in Call of Duty Ghosts, but then in Advanced Warfare, we saw DLC weapons being added in as supply drops, and that was something that Black Ops 3 of course continued to do. But in other regards, it kind of implemented some features that would become standard in Call of Duty games, and kind of laid the groundwork for what we saw with like Modern Warfare 2019 and the current state of Call of Duty with Warzone and things of that nature. For example, Black Ops 3 was really the first Call of Duty game to receive additional new content consistently years after the game originally released. Because of course, up until this point, whenever there was a new game, you got the 4 DLC map packs. One of them came out in this winter time, the other one came out in the springtime, then you had one that came out in the summertime, and then you had one that came out in the fall time, and then the new game came out, and that was pretty much it. Meanwhile, for Black Ops 3, we saw the 4 map packs, but we also saw new DLC weapons, new camos, new game modes, and things of that nature, releasing not just in the year, but also after the year, all throughout 2016, 17, 18, and pretty much up until the release of Black Ops 4. And that kind of content model is kind of what we're seeing now with Modern Warfare 2, as Modern Warfare 2, that is of course the first Call of Duty game that is going to be the main game for more than just a year. And Black Ops 3 kind of pioneered the content system of smaller updates, introducing new content like DLC weapons, camos, I guess to an extent maps as well, kind of releasing periodically throughout the year, and not just 4 major map packs releasing, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and we also got a supply drop. Okay, let's go over and open this thing up. Let's see. Oh, I have not opened one of these in a long time. Yep, that's kind of what I was expecting to get. Like, of course, whenever you open supply drops in this game, you're always hoping to get like an XMC or like an AN-94 or some like ridiculously overpowered DLC weapon, but like 90% of the time you just get stuff like this. So yeah, guys, with that being said, that's going to effectively wrap up today's video, checking out and talking about Black Ops 3 in 2023. Overall, this was a lot of fun going down memory lane, playing this game once again. And also, with that being said, if you guys would like to see me check out some other Call of Duty games, make sure you comment down below, because I would be really interested in going back and playing other games like Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, World War II, or even some older ones like possibly Call of Duty World at War, Modern Warfare 2, the original one, Modern Warfare 3, something like that. Even like Black Ops 2, that'd be pretty fun. So yeah, if you guys would like to see that, make sure you comment down below. Also, with that being said, guys, that's going to effectively wrap up this video. I hope you went on to enjoy it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, as well as subscribe, and be sure to turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class ups, intel, and so much more. So thank you once again for watching. I've been your host, Deeper Jungle, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one.